If you have been feeling behind, if you're feeling like you're failing or you're not achieving your goals, I promise you, you are doing better than you think. And I'm going to help you celebrate your failures, reframe them as wins, and we're going to get to our goals. We're going to achieve our dreams. We're going to realize we're already sitting in the momentum of the reality that we think we're waiting for. So join me. Join me in this discussion. And I will share with you a little bit about how I've come to reframe failure. I have been thinking so differently about failure in the last month. And that's because I just made a huge mistake. I made a huge mistake in March. In quarter two of this year, I made a big mistake. I bought a house and I got all excited and I rushed towards it. And it turned out to have a lot of issues. There are a lot of challenges associated with this house that I bought, more than your average home purchase. And I really felt bad about it for quite some time. And right now I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling it's huge sign of my inevitable success that I failed so big, that I made such a big mistake because I'm growing in my confidence. I'm growing in my discernment. And the fact that I can acknowledge that I failed is huge. It's a moment of self-awareness. It's part of interrupting this pattern and stalling the momentum of continuing to make this mistake. Because ultimately, there's an impatience and a rushing that is an old energy that I can trace back to earlier patterns in my life. And I'm going to get that baby out by the root, and it will not follow me into the next chapter of my life. My perspective on failure started to shift a lot when I started doing improv in 2022, which was life-changing. I love improv so much. You can just shine in whatever ridiculous way you'd like to shine. I want to share with you this really liberating framework I got from improv. It's called the failure bow, and it is amazing. The way it works is you're playing a game or you're in a scene, or you're doing some improv stuff, and you make a mistake. Like maybe you say the wrong thing, or you laugh when you're not meant to break, or you make some kind of mistake. And instead of internalizing it, feeling bad, or trying to like stuff it away, you get in the center of the room. You raise your hands to the sky and you say, I failed. And then everyone in the room claps and cheers and is just rooting you on. Yeah, you failed. And you take a bow. And this was fantastic because we were literally celebrating each other's failures. It gave me positive reinforcement for breaking out of the perfectionist trap. It's okay that people think I'm silly and ridiculous. Actually, this context is one in which being silly and ridiculous allow you to excel. I was like, I can get claps for failing, with the caveat that you acknowledge that you failed, which is so beautiful. And I think that's a big part of growing self-awareness. Acknowledging that you failed is an essential component to growing and evolving as a person. And I promise you, all of the most successful people that you know personally or that you've heard about, they have failed more than they have succeeded. And we have seen their success more so because that's just what's glamorous. That's just what's capturing our attention. You get more likes for your successes than your failures. It's like that iceberg meme, this iceberg meme where you can see the glacier above the water, but then below the water, you see there's all this turbulence and deterioration of the iceberg that you don't see. And the meme points to the visible glacier as the success, and then everything that's under the water, that's the challenge and the area for growth that, oh no, I'm like, second guessing myself, second guessing myself. I don't have everything set up so that I can convey the clearest possible message. And I say, oh my God, what do I do? You know what? I'm still showing up for this video. I'm showing up because it's my joy to create. And I don't have a perfect script right now. The practice of just showing up and riffing and being like off the cuff, like I'm working up to that right now because that's the stuff under the iceberg, right? And if I tell myself to journal about this topic for one more time, it will be because I am trying to control my output. Because if you stay in this analysis paralysis, feeling like everything has to be perfect before you even start, you stay where you are. You cannot progress. And so if you're feeling like you're a failure because the people around you are reflecting back to you, that's not it, or like you should or shouldn't be a certain way, consider that there may be another context in which you really could thrive and that the people around you would celebrate you for being exactly as you are right now in this place or situation where you feel like people don't have your back or you feel judged for whatever reason. And it could also just be that you have this internalized critic, this deeply critical voice that is stopping you from really tuning into how awesome you are. That is a huge part of my experience, is like turning the dial down on an inner critic so that I can just live and breathe and enjoy my life. So I think celebrating failure is a big part of just getting the inner critic to chill out. Yes, thank you for helping me identify something that didn't go perfectly or something that didn't go well. And now what are we going to do about it? We're going to acknowledge it, we're going to accept it, we're going to celebrate it, and we're going to move forward knowing that we were brave enough to try. So here's something I'm going to invite you to do with me right now. I'm going to invite you to call to mind a failure, something that you feel like, ooh, I really didn't do that well, or ooh, that went poorly, or oh, I'm having anxiety about whatever that didn't go well. I'm asking you to right now say it out loud. You can pause the video, but tell me exactly what you did, and I'm going to celebrate you. You failed. Yes, you failed. We're going to celebrate that. Woo. And not only did you fail, you acknowledged that you failed. And now you get to live a life informed. You get to build the muscle of your confidence because you were courageous, you were brave. And now, with this positive feedback, you get to keep going. You get to build momentum so that you can actually show up in a way that you would prefer. And I'm going to ask you to celebrate yourself. Do something really kind for yourself. Get yourself flowers, get yourself a special treat, let yourself have a nap, go to bed early, whatever it is. Those are the things that I like to do. Coming back to my home purchase, what that really taught me is, as much as I have devoted my life to building my intuition, nourishing my relationship to my spirituality, like really trusting and honoring my inner voice, there are still times in my life where I end up valuing the opinions and ideas of others over my own. And this was a really great experience for me because I get to see, oh, this is where I abandoned myself. And now I get to show up for myself in a completely new way. I get to reverse those patterns and just be here for myself, for a part of me that may have never showed up if I didn't take this plunge to buy this home. And ultimately still net positive decision. And hindsight being 2020, like that's going to help me with my next big purchase. It's going to help me with my next home or any renovations that I do. It's all working out for my absolute best. Because when you do walk through life with this idea that everything is happening for me, best case scenario, you are priming yourself to have a growth mindset. You get to thrive no matter what your circumstances are telling you. So you get to overcome huge hurdles that other people might look at and be completely discouraged and fall apart. And it's actually okay. It's okay to feel discouraged and it's okay to fall apart. And what's exciting about that is you get to put yourself back together. It's really important that we give ourselves permission to feel fully the feelings of disappointment, discouragement, shame, all of these things that come sometimes with failure, because then we get to release ourselves from the burden of holding on to these trapped emotions. And we're not slaves to suppressing these energies. It takes so much energy to suppress your true voice. And that's something I really learned with this house thing. It's like I prioritize the opinions, thoughts, feelings of other people around me, even though I had certain intuitive hunches and feelings and really loud intuitions about different things. I was like, no, I'll trust the experts. And the fact is, there's no rush. If people make you feel like there is urgency, you can just turn the dial down on that, take your own time, and show up from a place that really honors your inner knowing. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So remember, your failures are evidence that you were brave enough to try. And that's exactly what the world needs. The world needs your unique voice and your unique contribution. So keep showing up, keep failing. I'm going to be here celebrating you. So let me know in the comments how you failed recently. What's a failure that you are currently grappling with and that you would like me to celebrate with you? Because I'm here to grow. And if you're watching and you've been watching and you've watched all the way to the end, I know you're here to grow too. So let's grow together. I failed.